Ladies and gentlemen, it's Kevin Hawk here, back from a day of the ills to give you some chills on the Wrestling Rundown. With Travis Colt.
Oh, man. You still sick?
Probably.
All right. Well, we're still going to talk about Monday Night Raw since you're here. Raw was all right.
You probably would talk about it if I wasn't here.
Well, yeah. But you're here, so you're forced to talk about it now.
Okay.
All right. So we open up with Braun Strowman talking about how no one's going to beat him in Money in the Bank. Finn says, well, I did okay last week. And there's going to be like 6 other guys, so I'm going to win Money in the Bank. Then they started fighting, and Kurt's like, no. Now you fight. Ring the bell. So then we had
Stop fighting! Now fight!
So then we had Finn Balor versus Braun Strowman with Kevin Owens at commentary. Kevin Owens trying to incite both of them to cause more damage to one another. Eventually, Finn was in the driver's seat and looked like he was about to actually beat Braun Strowman. He went for a second coup de grace and got shoved off the top rope by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens then used a ladder to attack Finn Balor. Braun took the ladder from Kevin Owens and then tried to crush him with it. And Kevin Owens tried to run away and was trying to leave. And Kurt's like, no, you said some mean things about Bobby Roode and he didn't like it. So now you're having a match with Bobby Roode. And that match happened later on. Elias had trouble trying to get his song started for the crowd and took so long that Seth Rollins interrupted him because he was defending his championship against Jinder Mahal, which he retained due to disqualification when he just lost his shit and attacked Jinder Mahal with a chair.
There's only so much Sunil Singh one man can take.
Sunil Singh is so annoying that it drives Seth Rollins to use a chair.
It's like a rash under your eyelids.
I don't think Sunil Singh's that bad.
If you're Seth Rollins.
If you're Seth Rollins, maybe he is. But then Seth was...
he was already worked up enough having to try and get a good match out of Jinder Mahal.
That's fair.
So he was kind of already working towards his last nerve anyways.
That's fair. And then Seth Rollins was, after beating Jinder Mahal with a chair and chasing him off, he was showing off his weapon on the table, and then he got blasted in the back with a guitar by Elias.
And fell all the way to the floor from the table that was on the stage.
So sad.
8.5 feet.
But then he was a badass, and he's like, no, I don't need no stretcher, I'm going to walk out, except help me, Jamie. So Jamie Noble helped him. And so did Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce tried.
Seth and Jamie have history, so...
Go home, Scrap Daddy.
Is that his name?
That's his Twitter handle, actually.
Scrap
Daddy.
Wow. Follow Adam Pearce on Twitter, @ScrapDaddy. Nia Jax is all of a sudden a heel and destroyed a jobber while just making Ronda watch while Ronda was a commentary.
At the commentary. Not really participating at commentary.
Well, that's because Nia was talking to her most of the time, so she couldn't really answer any questions that anybody had. And then she got in the ring and kind of faced off with Nia, and Nia's like, I'm not afraid of you, and then walked away.
Then Ronda was like, whoa, this is weird. I'm used to people being afraid.
I mean, most people are afraid of Ronda Rousey.
I'm afraid of Ronda Rousey.
And you should be. It's Ronda Rousey. Then we had the Deleters of Worlds defeated the Ascension because, tag team champions versus the Ascension. How's it going to go any other way?
I don't know. I was prepared to be surprised because last week we saw the Club defeat the Usos.
That's SmackDown. SmackDown's opportunity.
I know.
You don't get opportunities on Raw.
But we're just talking the Club, who used to just be called the Other Ascension... Or the Baldcension.
Did we ever call them the Baldception? Baldception? That's a different thing. Anyway, the B team were not impressed with the celebration of Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, and so they're like...
Which is a weird thing to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if anyone's the king of the celebration, it's the B team.
They did do that awesome chair thing.
Yeah. And so they really wanted a tag team title shot.
I think it should be part of their entrance.
Just celebrating?
No, like they should come out rolling down the ramp on rolly chairs.
I feel like that would go bad. That wouldn't work every single time. I think they were
the B team.
I think they were lucky it worked the one time they did it.
They need to have tandem chairs, 2 rolly chairs, and they roll out on them forwards, and then they spin around, and they have big B's on the back, and they slide down.
I think you're asking way too much of Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, so they asked Kurt if they could have a tag team title shot, and Kurt's like, you can't just cut in front of all the other teams on Raw.
Like, how do you think they would feel about it?
And then Bo's like, oh, so we need to give them something so we can get their blessing to be put in front of the line and get a tag team title shot. So they came up with a barbecue.
The B team Memorial Day barbecue.
It didn't go well. It turned into a food fight. And now next week there is a battle royal, a tag team battle royal where the winners will face Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy at Money in the Bank.
Dear God, don't let Titus win.
Also, because of what happened in the first match.
No, this is where Authors of Pain are going to come back.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Also, because of what happened in the first match, Finn Balor will face Kevin Owens next week in a singles match. And then, speaking of Kevin Owens, he went against Bobby Roode. He defeated Bobby Roode by dropping down on a sunset flip. Then Braun Strowman came out and killed them both.
And now Braun will face Bobby Roode next week.
Yes.
So I feel out of the people who are getting matches pre-made for next week, Bobby Roode's getting the shit end of the stick.
Yeah. Sami Zayn came out to apologize for his segment last week involving Bobby Lashley's sisters.
Hold on. Which part of that was in quotation marks?
The whole thing.
Oh.
Apology and Bobby Lashley and sisters.
But Bobby Lashley's a real person.
Is he really?
Yes. He exists. That's his name.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything impressive enough to make me feel like he's a real thing. But maybe at Money in the Bank he can prove me wrong, because he's going to face Sami Zayn. He tried to crush Sami Zayn's hand.
He already did. There was no try.
That's true.
When your biceps are that big...
When your biceps are the size of Sami Zayn's head.
Yeah, when your biceps are as big as Bobby Lashley, you have to go, like, quarter strength on a handshake.
You have to go limp fish, and that's like a regular handshake.
To everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, if he went full-bore handshake on me, my hand would just disintegrate.
Like Infinity War?
No, like... Well, it would, like...
Just crumble into dust.
Yeah, that's your hand. Mine would end up like the guy from Scary Movie 2.
That'd be your strong hand? Because it touched Bobby Lashley?
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre defeated Chad Gable despite a hell of an attempt.
A moonsault.
Like I said,
a moonsault.
A hell of an attempt. And then in the main event, which was our gauntlet match, our exciting gauntlet match to determine the last competitor in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, the eliminations were as follow. Bayley eliminated Liv Morgan.
With one move.
Bayley then eliminated Sarah Logan.
With like 6 moves.
Ruby then eliminated Bayley. Ruby eliminated Dana Brooke. Ruby eliminated Mickie James. And Sasha eliminated Ruby. So Sasha Banks joins the women's Money in the Bank. Kevin, what did you like about Monday Night Raw?
Kevin Owens commentary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep. So that's it.
That's what I like.
All right. Cool. I like the IC title match, mostly because Seth Rollins and my favorite title, but also I thought, Jinder did a pretty good job. And then I like the fact that
Jinder, keep busting out that fireman's carry double knee gutbuster.
Yeah, that's a good
Roderick
move.
Strong move.
Yeah, Roddy's barely using it.
Jamie Noble move.
But then I also like the fact that Elias is kind of getting thrown into the situation. I think it's a good spot for Elias. Elias is...
Yeah, well, and we know it's got to be because Roman's going to probably be continuing his feud with Jinder.
Right.
Which... I'm switching. Shh. I'm switching my leg.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I'm switching my leg. Roman wasn't on TV.
Okay. I didn't want you to say it too loud because...
Oh, well, he's not going to be gone 2 weeks in a row.
You don't know that?
He was gone because he was getting Seth Rollins a birthday cake.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday, Seth.
Yeah.
What did you love?
I loved Mojo Rawley wasn't on TV.
Yeah.
And Rhino and his bologna sandwich toss.
Yeah. He had a whole thing full of just bologna sandwiches. He gave one to Heath, a lot to the crowd.
Like, looking at like the containers everything was in, is I feel like this whole segment was made up on the fly.
They just moved everything from catering.
Yeah, and it just like Bo and Curtis grabbed everything from catering that wasn't already eaten. Because that's why it was all the unhealthy shit.
Yeah.
Bologna sandwiches and like baked beans, stuff that wrestlers don't consist their diet of.
Bratwurst.
Yeah, like the unhealthy stuff, and that's why there was like no. That's why they're like barbecue didn't have quinoa or like steak or chicken. Like
I feel like the reason there is no quinoa is just Becky Lynch is hoarding it.
Yeah.
I loved Kevin Owens not only for his commentary, but for his yelling at both Finn and Braun was fun. His segment with Kurt was funny. His match with Bobby was good.
Yeah.
And then watching him get the shit kicked out of him by Braun was pretty fun too. So yeah, Kevin Owens was my love for the week. What did you dislike?
I mean,
I have two, just in case you take one of them.
oh, okay. Well, then I don't feel so bad. I'm the gauntlet.
Yeah.
The exciting gauntlet match.
I call it the Riott Squash.
Hey. I don't know. It just wasn't a great way to highlight the women's division.
No. Like, you literally shut down all of the rising women. You shut down a 6-time women's champion. You did no favors for anybody except for Sasha.
Yeah, no. Here's my thing. Like, my favorite portion of it was Mickey and Ruby.
Oh yeah, no,
they did the best.
Yeah, no, they were the best
in
part.
my opinion. You know, and okay, so we're giving some service time to Mickey and to Ruby. You know, we're making Ruby look really strong, but Ruby's already done that. Ruby, being the leader of the Riott Squad, gets all the attention anyways.
Yeah, the group is named after her,
and she's already had the big pay-per-view match with Charlotte before.
Yeah,
we know she's good. I would have liked the fact that, like, I wish Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan's time collectively would have been longer than Dana Brooke's time.
Yeah, I mean, Liv Morgan is not the strongest wrestler, but she's good. She's better than one move.
Yeah.
And, you know, I really loved their promo earlier when they were in the locker room. And I was like, okay, cool. Riott Squad doing some shit. And then they came out and they did nothing.
Yeah.
Except for Ruby. But yeah, we need some time for Liv and Sarah to really come into their own on the main roster instead of just having them be lackeys. Because, you know, if Ruby ends up turning on them or if they turn on Ruby, we're not going to care about either of them because they haven't done anything worthwhile.
Yeah.
So.
I wish they would do something more favorable to the Riott Squad, because out of everything in the women's division, the Riott Squad are the only people that kind of are a one note. Like, we know where everyone stands kind of thing. We know Dana Brooks in the corner of Titus Worldwide because she's not that strong.
Yeah.
But she's a good hand when they need somebody to job. You know, they know that Bayley and Sasha and Mickey are there to, like, put on the really, really good matches.
Right.
Nia's there to be the top attraction right now because she's the champ and she's huge. The Riott Squad are just there.
Yeah.
And when you're on the main roster, you can't get away with just being there.
Yeah. They were just starting to come into their own on SmackDown, then they got switched, and now they're really back to mediocrity. Well, since you took the Riott Squash, I'm going to say, why is Nia a heel all of a sudden? Like, Is Stephanie... am I to believe that Stephanie McMahon is that manipulative that after saying how much she hates bullies and getting on Alexa's case for being so mean and Mickey's case for being so mean, but now she's literally dissecting a woman while talking trash to Ronda Rousey in a match like 4 weeks later?
Yeah.
That makes no fucking sense at all. All because you want some beef in this match that shouldn't be happening so soon?
Yeah.
That's dumb as hell.
Well, and there's the other thing, too, is, like, this match doesn't need a personal rivalry storyline.
Exactly.
Nia challenged Ronda to either A, prove that she's going to be the best champion, or B, to humble Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
One or the other. The rest of all this stuff that is happening, and that's why I feel like the challenge shouldn't have happened until, like, next week.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't have been, like, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And if anything, we should be seeing Ronda on TV trying to prove her worth for a championship match.
Yeah. For me, what it is it's like, especially with the ending, the outcome that I think is going to happen, where I believe Natalya will come in and screw Ronda.
Which Nia actually is going as Natalya next week.
Yeah. And that's going to further the thing, because I bet Ronda will be in Natalya's corner.
More than likely.
Or
a commentary
If
again.
Ronda is there in the building, she'll probably be in Natalya's corner.
Probably.
I think that story would benefit if Nia and Ronda were going at this almost like a friendly exhibition.
Yeah.
Just with the championship on the line.
Yeah, and there's...
To have Natalya come out and ruin a potentially feel-good moment.
Yeah. And, there's nothing wrong with both of them getting, like, a little irritated. Like, maybe they start competing every week where, like, who can win a match faster or something like that. And it gets the intensity level up a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that.
Professional competitiveness.
Yeah. But there doesn't need to be legitimate heat between the two of them to make this match worthwhile. It's not necessary. Especially after you've taken the time and used WrestleMania to push Nia Jax babyface.
Yeah. To immediately have her flip around.
Yeah. With very little to no explanation whatsoever.
I don't want to use the analogy.
But
you're turning Nia Jax into the Big Show.
Yeah. Yeah. She is the female version of the Big Show. I just listened to Big Show on Stone Cold's podcast, and he's like, I've done about 350 face and heel turns in my career, so, when Big Show starts calling it out, and now you're doing it with Nia.
God, he heel turns out of bed.
Yeah. He gets real confused, and he punches John Cena. He panics.
Y'all don't get that joke, but...
We do.
Someday you might.
No, that's just for us.
I mean, one day there might be an episode where we just sit down and talk about all the inside jokes.
If you want to know about our inside jokes, post down in the comments. But for now, guys, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click those links down below.
There's so many social media links.
There's also a SoundCloud link.
That's the one that's for our podcast.
Exactly. And there's Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
It's Reasonable with a W. Why the fuck are you doing this with Nia?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, just stop. But you should check out Reasonable Wrestling Fans because we have the list with Kevin Hawk. We have the question of the week with Thomas Wolfe. There won't be one this week because Thomas Wolfe is not with us this week. There are also unboxing videos, one of which was just posted last week, and which is where we got our little hawk guy over here. There's a hawk.
Me!
No, little hawk guy. You're big hawk guy.
Okay.
And there are punishment videos and other videos that are loosely based around wrestling. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
You know what?
Huh.
Wouldn't be a video with me if there wasn't a big old pile of fuck Modus at the end.